Everybody, a very good evening, good morning. It's actually 11:13 by the watch. I'm Justin Kapani. I'm the founder and CEO of I'm Decon Design. We're in the business of designing, manufacturing, and supplying home and office decor and interior solutions. So the name says it all: design, manufacture, supply home and office decor, interior solutions, where we uh, design and we make and we supply services, which is uh, in interiors and office and corporate gifting solutions and accessories like lamps, mirrors, corporate gifting items, sofas, consoles, coasters, then trays, then picture frames and vases and center tables and office furniture and modular furniture, bunker beds, and so on. So it's going to be a Monday, and the weekend has been great for me and stuff and all, and a conscious break. And of course, now it's like one of those times when I'm like sipping my favorite positive chicha. It's got some amazing cardamom in it. It feels so nice before uh, doing whatever task I'm on and stuff. And this is a video. It's going to be a Monday morning in a few hours, and it's a message with the world, which I'm sharing through my own experience that hit me really hard because. Besides my work and everything, after I read this, I felt a little emotional also because, I do whatever bit I can in terms of charity and distributing food and feeding dogs and pets and stuff, and also, kind of giving food to children and donating clothes and stuff. And um uh, this year has not been that great for me in terms of my health and stuff, but by God's grace, I'm bouncing back and doing good. And like many people, it's like you go through health concerns and stuff, and if you're lucky, you don't have such serious concerns and stuff. So for me, it's been like a mixed bag. But the positive side of it, or the great side of it, is that I'm getting better and improving and stuff and all that. And uh, the icing on the cake has been that, I look at it as this way, that the world is my oyster and it gets beautiful every day the way I see it, and I add beauty to it through my work and through my participation in it in whatever way and stuff and all that. And it's up to me to see the beauty and to see that, I can move and I can talk and I can dance and I can sing and I can do my exercise and I can drive, and I'm blessed enough with so much in my life and stuff. And I can count either my blessings, or I could just look at the other side of it and feel sorry for myself, and kind of feel bad for myself and be a victim of my own journey and stuff, of whatever's not worked for me in terms of relationships or friendships or business not being going the way I want to, or my health not going that way and stuff and all. So I dumped all of that. And why did it hit me hard? This lesson which I've written down, because I had read this book so many times in the last few years, and stuff came back to me because I relate very well with this. So I follow the school of Buddhism, and in Buddhism, they teach you this thing about taking each day as it comes and stuff, and it's a spiritual practice, which is a practice which is for a lot of people, it's very hard to practice and stuff because you have to pray for other people you don't know and stuff. And when you don't know people, and there are certain people you don't like and you have to pray for them and stuff, it becomes hard. So so this chapter is telling us to kind of abandon those fixed mindsets and seek an expansive life and life of growth and stuff. And they shared an example of a prince who's had every luxury in the world, and he's lived the best life he always wanted. He's got thousands of loyal servants and stuff. He's got the vastest and the most extravagant kingdom in the world, and he stays only within those walls of kingdom, and he's not allowed to see anything beyond the world, outside those world. And the prince is living only with the king and the queen in total bliss. He knows nothing about suffering, he knows nothing about life beyond those walls, until he stepped out, until he died, or until people died, and it was the end. So, on the surface, the story might seem like a perfect life if you're a rich prince and you got your entire lifetime only, enjoying yourself and having a blast with only one set of friends, food on your table through your kitchen, and you only have a party like a rock star every day. You drink through the crystal bowls and all that. Is that your life? Is that only that's good enough for you and stuff? So this story may be very familiar. It's a story of the young prince from India called Siddhartha Gautam. And Siddhartha Gautam lived his life as a young prince. He had every luxury in the world. And he found even true love in the confines of the palace. But Siddhartha Gautam wondered what was outside the palace walls. So what did he do? He worked out a scheme where he escaped the palace one day, and he went venturing out the palace to explore the mysteries beyond everything and all that. And when he was there outside, he found a frail man whom he saw suffering. He didn't know what suffering was. So Gautam Siddharth Buddha was very much pained by this pain, and the image of the old man was stuck in his mind like a nightmare, and he didn't like what he saw, and he wondered what he was going through and stuff. He decided to leave the palace. He left his beautiful wife and his baby son. His parents and all the people knew he loved were far behind him. He left the riches and he went into the world. And as he went through and stuff, he saw teachings and he had various insights. His struggles taught him lessons which were far beyond the pain and sufferings of his own, and he tried starving himself to see what was the best he could do, and what were the answers he could find beyond his own suffering and his pain. And his agony brought him some new insights and stuff. If you remain static where you are right now, listen to this, okay? If you remain static to where you are right now with no intentions of learning anymore lessons in life, you will suffer greatly. He resumed eating and taking care of himself, realizing that extreme pain would bring him no more answers and extreme luxury ever had when he was a prince. He decided that in no way to enlightenment was he decided that the way to enlightenment was not through extremes, but he wanted to have answers which he could only achieve through having a balanced approach. So, a life of extremes or a life of thought process where you are an extreme one day, an extreme the next day doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help to live in extremes of either extreme riches or extreme poverty. So, you have to have something called the middle way. Video 2, yeah?